Ho, 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 ho. Hello and welcome to another episode of Pro Wrestling Potluck. I am your host, Scotland Green, and look, I got 3 drinks with me. I got a water, I got a kombucha, and I got a cherry Coke. So we're rolling tonight. I am your host, Scotland Green. Pro Wrestling Potluck is the live weekly wrestling mixtape that I host, but it is not done by myself. It takes a village. I get viewer submissions from viewers not unlike you. People send me stuff, I hold on to it, I get ideas, and then I put out a mix once a week, and sometimes they have full gimmicks like the 420 episode or some other ones, or the video game episode. Sometimes just a little flight of fancy. So tonight, we got a great one. We have a packed show, a lot to take care of tonight. We got a brand new segment dropping that I'm excited about. We got a guest, a host, an actor, a wrestler, and a 2-time Wheel of Fortune champion, Fred Fletcher-Jackson, will be on later in the program. And, you know, the matches, the promos, all that jazz. Now, we do this live on Twitch, Thursday nights. Later, show goes on YouTube. YouTube is a little different. They got little copyright robots checking everything, little creepy robots. So I try to get ahead of it. You know, I try to program a show that I don't have to eliminate stuff from the YouTube cut. Last week, we started out with a banger of a match. Dare I say a banger? Yes, I am 78 years old, and I can say banger of a match between Vader and the Boss, aka the Big Boss Man. Now, that was a great match, and I tested it first on YouTube, and it passed. It was fine. They just couldn't see it if you live in Sri Lanka or Russia or whatever. But all my friends in the USA and beyond, we get to see it. So that was fine. But when I posted the show, they would not let the show exist because of that match. So I got mad. Wrestle Pals, and I filed an appeal, a legal appeal. I put my full legal name and all this, and I said, hey, baby, I transformed that. I talked over it. And WWE said no, and YouTube said yes. So that episode is up there now, and it's a good episode, so go check it out. Last week's up. Get caught up. Now, without any further ado, let's just get right to it. Can I say get right to it if I took 7 minutes to talk up top? I don't know. We'll never know. All right. But let's do it. Whoop. Hey. I must be the loudest, so I can transform this for YouTube. Yes, the Guardian Angel is the worst. I originally was going to play some of the vignettes that led to Look. And now this is a little tune to get us in the musical mood, sent in by Cool Dude Food, the man who makes the music for this show. Here we got Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man.
Woo! Let's see it, mama! Let's do it, daddy!
Handsome Jimmy Valiant.
Rolling into Memphis.
I believe this is 1978.
Handsome Jimmy's on his way. I'm a rocker and a roller. A little funky Jew.
A little what?
I was raised by a gypsy. You know, handsome's cool.
I was raised by a gypsy. You know handsome's cool.
New York City, San Francisco town. Tell all the women handsome Jimmy's on the prowl. I'm a rocker and a roller. A little funky Jew. I was raised by a gypsy. That's why handsome's cool.
Was it? I'm so sorry. This was sent by Andrew Heelan. I apologize.
Woo! No time to
This might have been a twofer where two people send it in, but maybe not.
Shut up, Jack!
Look at those nice heart effects.
Woo! Give it all to me, mama!
Yeah, I saw the moment on your stream, Tom. I was watching the replay, and yeah.
Jimmy's on the loose. They can run and hide, but they can't fly the coop. I'm a rocker and a roller, a little funky too. I was raised by a gypsy.
Yeah.
You know,
move
baby,
the mic
hands off.
stand to the side so it's not blocking you, Jimmy. Come on. Oh, he wants to dance with it a little bit.
You know, mama had some school.
Or is he dancing with it because it's in the way? That's the thing.
Gypsy, handsome, you're so cool. I was raised by a gypsy.
Yelling I was raised by a gypsy just sounds like something you would say when you're kidding yourself.
We're gonna do it forever, mama. Get down, baby. Do it, that's it.
All right. Wow. And right to later on, in the years later, handsome Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man, teaming with Lazertron. This is an Andrew Heelan submission. What a weird team. And they're facing a couple of job guys. I like how the opponents are also one masked man and one
when Jimmy
lunatic.
Valiant walks into arena, you're going to have some fun. He's going to have some fun. That's right. New breed. You know, you talk about these two men, Lazertron and the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant. You're saying they call him Father Time? Ooh, wait till you get in the ring with Father Time. He'll put your lights out. And of course, Lazertron proven
That
the
sounds
world
like
junior heavyweight champion.
Lazertron getting some offense in.
Here he goes.
69-11, man.
Oh, what
That's
a move! Teamwork.
that
Yeah,
might
there's one thing about Jimmy Valiant.
that's starting
You
the
never
list
know
of
what he's
possible
gonna do.
titles of
That's
this show.
Never know what's coming up next. You got teamwork. They go in and out. Lazertron. Oh. Thunderfoot kicks out. Tag is made to Jimmy Valiant. Look at this. Good teamwork. David, you're right. Real good teamwork. In and out, just moving.
The guy in the blue mask, that's a bad look.
Dexter Wescott. Little help there. Yeah, little help.
Dexter Wescott.
I tell you what, Tony, I really like this teamwork. These guys.
Thunderfoot won. Okay, good.
David, you know, you watch a new breed in the ring and realizing the threat that the new breed poses and what they've said about these two. You got to have teamwork like this against
that's right.
guys like the new breed.
Back elbow from Jimmy
New
Valiant.
breed, you're good, but just how good are you? Curtis said, let's beat him. Elbow on the chest. Tag is made.
Whoa. Wait, what happened? What happened?
Like it. Then we talked about Chris Champion,
What happened?
and high flyers getting up in the air. We saw another example right there when Lazertron just lifted right out the turnbuckle, David. Watch this. Lazertron Gets ready and spring. Off. And
Glad
down.
we get to see it
Your
now,
winners, the Boogie
fellas.
Woogie Man, Jimmy Lance,
Jeez.
and the World Junior Heavyweight Champion, Lazertron. We'll be back right after this.
To the flow, and he just couldn't help himself. He's got to keep control, get down, make that left turn around. Steamboat hit Vader, what, 6, 7, 8 times with a chair. No call for that.
And Vader gets back to show you what kind of man he is. Most people could not even get back to their feet after being attacked like that with a chair.
All right. Oh, my goodness.
In the future, everything will be simple. With just a look and a thought, anything can be yours. Looking further. Deeper. Longer. Into the buzz.
Oh, I beg your pardon?
Oh. All right, sorry about that. This is our Buzz Bin match of the week, sent in by the NWA champion, not that Tom Green, the host of WCW Deep Cuts.
Very happy that I was going to be here.
This is Kevin Koo versus Speedball Mike Bailey. Heard good things about this one. You know we like Speedball over here in Potluck Central, but I don't believe we've seen any Kevin Koo on the show.
A personal friend of myself and Kevin Koo has 2 weddings. He's taking time out of his day to watch this match. Shout out Dominic Guarini.
Shout out Dom, the
Oh.
Boom Collector. The other half of Violence is Forever.
Here we go.
We might see Nathan with a Y.
Both men very, very educated feet.
Which reminds me of a segment that I want to start doing on the show. It's not the new segment that we're starting tonight, but I want us to do a segment on the show. Let's turn this up.
Sign of respect between both these men.
Ooh, this is already up.
Lock up, headlock.
All right. I want to do a segment where someone, like a guest, someone in the chat, would bring a match that they were at. I was there, and they talk about it, the thing that was there. Whoa! Follow Cheap Heat Spotfest on Instagram. A great follow. I'm not sure why the volume is so low on this. Is it too low for y'all?
Both these men regrouping. Sign of respect.
Oh, hey.
Val Pancakes tweeting, I wonder how many kicks we're going to see. My response, the limit does not exist.
The limit does not exist. During
Yeah.
the entrance, there was
Yeah.
a lot of kicks.
Oh my god, I fear for the fans every time he does that. I know he's very sick.
Okay, good.
but
I think it's just very low in
high fives
my
ever.
my headphone
Look at
things
that.
that aren't actually headphones. If you see, they're bone conduction.
Finally.
So
Alright.
this is rattling around in my skull.
Clean break. Clean break.
Still to come tonight, we
that was a
have
clean break.
our guest,
Blue ball, if you don't know,
Fred
mischievous.
Fletcher-Jackson, a two-time Wheel of Fortune champion.
To the midsection coup. There it is.
Oh, drop down.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Caught.
Caught him.
God, it was so smoky yesterday. It was orange. You know all the jokes. Tatooine,
Knee to the
Mexico on Breaking Bad. You've heard all the jokes, but it's
gut. Out
true.
of the way.
Whoa.
Pump kick.
Yeah, I'm excited to
Right
see
to the
Kevin Koo. I
bush.
don't know how much of him I've seen, and the whole point of this
The
show
other
is
side
to
of the
see
building,
new
that sounds
things.
Such a thud.
For me to see new
Sickening.
things, for you to see new things,
Action in the crowd
you know, and to
The other
share.
side. Oh.
Now that's a glorious
Stole
sell.
Kevin Ku's body. He had to go back to catch it. Oh no, Speedball coming to the other side now. Oh. Ku's poor chest.
Oh!
Stubbed his toe.
Oof.
Speedball with the bare feet.
That's what happens when you don't wear shoes.
No, you can't be out here.
Here
going
comes
free throws
Ku.
Like that.
Oh,
Yeah, come on.
who's on fire right now?
Let's go.
All right, I'm looking for you. Purple shirt and bald. Sounds good to me.
Calling for the count out. Oh, hung up in the top rope. Speedball go to the top. Huge missile.
That's a
drop
good
kick.
looking ref right
Takes Ku out
there.
of the
Wearing a
ring.
bow tie.
Goodness.
I think Andrew Heelan said he went to the Bob Backlund School of Fashion.
Let us know.
Remember, hashtag BLP fancy.
So Noli's running around, right? I thought I saw him. My kayfabe
He
nephew,
locks.
Noli.
Oh, drives the other shoulder into them. I was going to say, attacking both the arms. Ku beat me to it.
Yes. Bringing it back to the ring. Speedball's so gracious.
Very much so. Speedball. Oh.
Necro Eric watching on his phone. That's great.
Oh boy.
Gotta think how many.
That's what
times
I
with
think
kicks
too.
Like that, like, Ku is getting
My
the wind
focus
knocked out of him.
for this
That's just gonna,
program is the
take
live
so much
Thursday
more out
night
of him from his
experience.
match than any other
YouTube
match
is
that he's
fine.
been
If you're
in.
watching on YouTube, God bless you. I hope you watch them all. It's great.
Kevin Ku is deceptive.
But the
with
interaction,
that
the
chest,
live
it takes
interaction
some
is what
damage
it's
before
all
gonna
about.
cave in.
I make this show for the
Speedball's
people who
definitely
watch
gonna
this
put that
show.
with Tesla. Oh God.
And if you watch this show, I'll make this show for you.
Oh. Drove that foot through his mouth. Those hardened, calloused, bare feet.
Wow.
Speedball like me at all.
Oh, yeah, I did cut the entrances off for time. For time. Too much show.
Ku trying to catch his breath as best he can. That arm, both arms. See, can't get the grip. Driving him into the corner. Speedball forearm. Oh, goes whip across the ring. Ku biting his hand to keep the grip. Oh man.
Wow.
Smart. Can't
Can't
use
really
his-
see
can't
behind the
use
chat, but
grip,
he's
so he's using
got
what
his
he can
hand
of his hand
in his
Oh,
mouth.
Most disgusting way I've ever seen somebody not try to get whipped. Caught the foot.
He said, "Bring it."
Goes down. Oh,
Ooh.
Ow.
chopping through. Speedball. Chops it down. Going back to that arm. Catches him in a rear naked choke. Oh.
Man, I don't even get dressed up when I work a wrestling show. I wear it.
Got him up.
The
Drops
damn
him.
tracksuit.
Ku finding some fire. Trying to get himself.
Yeah, that's a good.
Trying to get himself back
It's a
in
good
this
back
thing.
tattoo, but yeah, you're right, Andrew Heelan. It is behind Curly Joe's
Lining him up.
curly back tat.
Big shots in the corner. And Ku's finding it. Oof.
Unreal.
Only a 2 count.
2.
Speedball. Dazed look in his eyes. Ku trying to get some feeling back in those arms.
I think he does.
For a fisherman's buster, maybe. Oh,
Ooh.
big axe kick. Oof. Shots to the chest. Just echoing through the gymnasium.
We've had to have Tommy End
got
on the
him.
show in some way.
Shooter. Who got him? Triangle. Speedball very far from the ropes.
What's he gonna do?
Referee checking the shoulders. Looked like he might have been stacking him. And Ku got the ankle. That exposed foot and ankle.
Kevin
of
Ku with
Speedball
the
Mike
ankle
Bailey.
lock.
Speedball Insecurity catches him in the head. More shots to the chest. Oh.
Wow.
I'm surprised if Kevin is not just out cold right now on top of that rope.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Down.
catches him. Starts walking with Speedball. Oh my God.
Powerbomb. Only
That was a
two.
great
It's
sit-out
huge
powerbomb.
sit-out powerbomb by Kevin Ku.
At this point, it's hard to say who's gonna pick up the win in this
Wow.
match.
I mean, both these men are just
Digging
wearing
this
each
Kevin
other
Ku.
out every single move they can.
Thank you, Tom Green, for sending this in. That was Liger style.
4 up 3.
Liger style.
Both working themselves back to the feet. Ku with wrist control. Calling an end for it.
Fisherman? Speedball dropping to his knees.
Each other's knees. Speedball
Defense.
going back to that arm. Oh. Forearm shot to the back of the arm. Ku once more.
Ooh.
You know, Ku usually used to tag team wrestling when he's in singles matches. You know, he doesn't have Dom there, you know, to come in and help him and give him that little breather.
It's forearm
Ku's a
time.
very decorated singles competitor himself.
Time to trade some forearms in the
Multiple
center of the
championships throughout
ring.
country. That's back and forth. Who's gonna give first? Oh,
Kick.
leg kick, leg kick. Oh, let's not trade leg kicks,
Speedball
boys.
needs those legs.
That's a, I don't like this at all.
Oh, God.
I don't like this at all. Oh, they're gonna get kicked in the chest again. Oh, checks it. Oh, big kicks in the sides. And an Enziguri to top it off. Speedball Mike Bailey. Showing why he's one of the top stars in the industry right now.
Whoa.
Tornado kick caught. Right into the ankle lock. Again, that exposed ankle. Really wrenching it.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Roll
Wow.
through.
Smart.
Ku
Oh.
the outside.
Oh.
Helpful
Speedball is
fans.
over here.
Ooh.
Pump kick to the face.
Oh, we know what he's going for
We
here.
are.
Oh, my God.
Nice. Oh my
Moonsault to the
God.
outside.
Inside, out.
He nails it every time, but every time it's still just as terrifying.
Moonsault.
to, like,
Always,
watch.
always scary. Both men down on the outside. Referee Jay Clemens starting the count.
Also, shout out to Speedball for hosting a seminar here earlier in the day before the show.
Triangle moonsault. Thank you.
Sharing the
That's why I was no
knowledge that
good
he
as a
has.
play-by-play person. I either didn't know or I didn't have the confidence to know that I knew.
Speedball. Speaking of knowledge, he knows a double count out is not a win. You have to get Kevin Ku back in that ring.
They're close to
Kevin
count
Ku
eight.
getting to his feet,
Oh,
but takes two of the feet of Mike Bailey.
oh what
Ooh.
double stomp.
Rolls through.
Oh my God.
Tornado kick again. Oh, going for arm bar. Rolling through to an arm bar.
Holy moly.
Ku has a grip though, holding it.
I feel like if I did play-by-play, my move would
stacking
be
him up.
screaming when moves were great.
Oh, when he
I
pushes
don't know
it
if people
back,
like
yeah.
that.
it looks like he might have the arm.
I'd be a lot like
Extended.
Rough Rider Cross from the Urban Wrestling Alliance.
Ku got his arm out, stacks him up again. Speedball doubles. Oh! Moonsault, standing moonsault, double knees. Be surprised if Ku's missing wouldn't be surprised if Ku's missing a couple teeth after that one. Not that beautiful smile. Caught the kick that time.
Yeah, I guess I would just try to slip in some New Orleans slang. Hey, Wody.
There we go.
Ooh.
Double knees again.
Hint.
Only two. Back to the armbar.
Dos.
Ku.
Yeah, that move was shy.
Can't get it fully extended.
That move was buku fire.
Ku holding on by mere fingertips. Ku traps the ankles.
Oh.
Lifts him up.
Half and half. Oh my God.
That was
Yikes. Yikes.
There we go. Kevin Ku finding that second win. Trying to get him up. Oh, kick to the arm.
Yeah, I can see myself also doing a few too many Best Show references.
Oh boy.
I am happy to see
There it
Kevin
is.
Ku. I love. Oh, wow.
What a battle.
Kevin Ku getting the pin on the king of the buzz bin, Speedball Mike Bailey. Kevin Ku, we will see more of you on the Pro Wrestling Potluck. That was great. Thank you, Tom Green. Expanding my knowledge.
Beg your pardon?
Listen, Jim.
Yes, Iron Sheik, the great 1984 Turkey tournament. You're going to be part of it.
You know, I really don't care about that stupid idiot Turkey tournament. He reminds me look like Hulk Hogan. Look at his head, look at him. Now,
R.I.P.
that
to the
redneck
Sheik.
stays down. Tough. I'm not interested that idiot Turkey tournament.
Potato the turkey. I'm Captain Lou, and I'm talking to you about the world of pro wrestling. Call me. I'm telling you, this number's for you. Mom, you raised a great son.
There'll be no more calls for you, Lou. My boys and I are taking you in. Get it.
Come on. I got a right to make one phone call, and so do you.
If you call now, you could be randomly selected to be eligible to have a live conversation with Captain Lou.
Oh, I didn't even, I didn't mean to have the code up there. I was just trying to rebuild my playlist, folks.
They can even pay for themselves with the money you save. We've shattered high utility costs, and we can put together a deal for you with beautiful insulated replacement windows. Call us today for a free estimate and start saving money tomorrow.
This is a big hit with 5-star championship wrestling, and of course I'm speaking about the former American Gladiator Malibu.
Now this was sent in by Dr. Liam.
But a big hit he is with the young and old, and especially the children. And we're happy to have you back with us again.
Well, it's great to be here, Johnny, and I want to thank you, and I want to thank all my young friends out there for supporting me, because it's a power of love that energizes Malibu. And I want to tell you one thing: as long as I live and breathe, don't ever be afraid of Devastation and Colonel Agbar, because I'm going to run wild all over them. Stay cool.
That
Stay
is
cool,
Malibu,
guys.
the former American Gladiator with 5-star championship wrestling. And he promises plenty of excitement and plenty of entertainment, as I stated, for the young and old, and especially our young wrestling fans. Now let's hear from the...
I know USA Sports have been following
All right.
this war for a long time. And tonight in Washington, D.C., it's going to come to an end. Boot camp match, Iron Sheik. I don't know what you got planned, but I know I've got everything going for me. All week I've been watching how the Americans celebrated D-Day. And tonight's going to be D-Day in Washington, D.C. Iron Sheik, you bring whatever you want out there. It might start right after we get off this broadcast. It might start in the locker room. It could have happened in the parking lot. Whatever happens, Iron Sheik, it's going to be the last we see of you. And like I told all the American people, if you don't bleed tonight, if you don't bleed, if I don't hurt you, if I don't put you out of wrestling, you'll never see my face in Washington, D.C. again, because the war is over tonight.
The rules for the boot camp match are as follows. Each wrestler can wear anything he wants into the ring. No disqualification. No holds barred. Pinfalls will count inside the ring as well as outside the squared circle. And The referee will remain on the outside of
I
the
heard
ring.
people talking about
Here
how
are
dope
the
this match is,
participants.
and a
From
good Sheik
Tehran,
match.
Iran, weighing 258 pounds, the former
Sergeant Slaughter,
World Wrestling Federation heavyweight
Stolen
champion,
Valor guy.
the Iron
Fake
Sheik.
military credits, just to gimmick, folks.
His opponent is coming down the aisle from South Carolina, weighing 296 pounds, Sergeant Slaughter.
Well, you heard the rules, folks. There are no rules. Everything goes when the whistle blows. The only way you can get your hand raised in victory is to pin your opponent either inside the ring or outside the arena floor or up at the hot dog stand or anywhere.
Up in the hot dog stand.
And the chant goes up, USA. And there's the Sarge. No referee will be inside the ring. Referee Dick Worley is outside.
So we had that
on the arena
Malibu
floor.
segment because ESPN's doing
You'll
a
have to go in.
big American Gladiators
there'll be one
2-part
outside.
30 for 30.
You can wear anything in this match, and the sergeant has got those steel-toe combat boots on. And going right to work with his swagger stick. Sergeant Slaughter taking right over on the Iron Sheik. Look, he's got
It
his
aired last week. It was it wasn't a 2-parter. It was just a 1.
What's he looking for? Oh, he tore it in half. He's tearing
Yeah,
it
the
into
Slaughter
shreds.
daughter is on Twitter
And
being all
passing it
mad
out to
at
the
Lacey
ringside.
Evans for stealing
And the Sheik
Sarge's
is in
gimmick, but at
trouble
least she
already.
lived it.
Don't forget, no referee. Everything is legal. Sarge with a big slam. Drove him down into the mat.
Consecutive days. Okay. Well, now I know. Stolen Valor. That's a good name.
Through the center rope and out to the arena floor.
Stolen
Sergeant
Valor.
Slaughter going right out after him.
I saw a guy who made the 30 for 30 on Tim Heidecker's Office Hours a couple weeks ago.
Sheik looking for higher ground. Sarge, backbreaker right out of sight.
And Malibu was also on
Sarge gave a backbreaker,
Office
took it
Hours.
down for a
Tim
cover.
Heidecker. Malibu. Can you believe Malibu is a born-again Christian?
Sarge now literally throws the Sheik back into the ring as chant goes out, USA. And still with that swagger stick as the Sarge is now using it as a choke. And referee Dick Worley outside the ring just watching.
I'd love to watch Dark Side of the Ring, but it's just too sad.
Eye gouge now.
Just can't do it. Instead, I'm watching Master
Sheik loading up
Chef.
that boot.
United Tastes of America.
Sheik is hurt, but he's trying to come back. Uh-oh, there he goes again.
Yeah, I gotta see that 30 for 30. Is it on Billy Billy? Does anyone
This is
know
the
if
big feature
30 for
attraction,
30
folks.
is on Billy
The big
Billy?
return match. Oh, Sarge grabbed the boot. Sheik too clever on that particular move. Sarge concentrated
Oh yeah,
on
the
that leg,
power
got
team.
left wide open in the face.
The guys who would
Once again,
tear phone books
Sheik
in half
loading
and
up
run through
something, some kind of-
2x4s for Jesus. I used to love that.
He blocked it.
We'll do a potluck that has
Now the Sheik
absolutely
resorting
no
to some
wrestling
eye
and
gouging.
has goofy shit like power team and stuff that's close to
Chant
wrestling,
goes out
but
from our
it ain't
capacity
quite there.
crowd. USA. Give the Sarge, get that adrenaline flowing. Boy, he wants to whip this man in the worst way.
Noli's focused on the world championship.
Sheik crawling over, trying to get to the Sarge, who's still favoring that right eye of his, as he must have got a thumb or a finger right in there. Slam now, no. What's he gonna do? Oh, clothesline on the top rope.
Sheik has the best boots in pro wrestling.
As he clotheslined the Iron Sheik. A lot of bad blood, folks, between these two. Slaughter said he would never, ever wrestle again in the Washington, D.C. area if he did not make this man pay.
Biting him.
And he's pulling out all the stops as he bites the ear of the Iron Sheik. Oh, look at the Sarge! He's got that steel toe percher for boots on. Oh, right in the solar plex.
Good selling.
Sheik went down in agonizing pain. What a shot.
I was doing the humping cell. I love the humping cell.
Sergeant Slaughter over for the cover. Dick Worley climbs up in there. No, only a 1 count. Sheik still got a lot of power left. Both men have absorbed some tremendous punishment so far in this matchup. Oh, he drove him right down.
That was a good steel toe use. Who's blowing the whistle?
Slaughter now loading up that steel toe boot again. Climbing up to the top turnbuckle on the outside. Look out! Sheik rolls out of the way at the last moment. What a desperation move. And Sarge looks like he might have hurt himself on that one.
So after this match, we'll be going to our guest of the evening.
Right in the forehead. He loaded up that boot and caught Sarge. Turned around and coming in. Caught him right in the forehead, right above the eye. The Sarge is busted wide open. And the Sheik down biting.
You can't boo the Sheik for biting when Sarge did it first.
Sarge and Slaughter, as in their previous encounter, once again busted wide open, bleeding profusely. Nothing referee Dick Worley can do about it. This match cannot be stopped for any reason other than a pinfall. Sheik now spat.
Oh, come on,
right on
Sheik.
Sergeant Slaughter. What an insult. And the crowd is going bananas. Sarge down again, but look at
Sarge
him.
bloody mess, flipping and flopping all over the ring.
He is enraged. Sergeant Slaughter throwing lefts and rights, but blinded somewhat, I'm sure, by the blood running into his eyes. A desperation kick stops the Sheik. The passing crowd is on its feet. Sergeant Slaughter trying to get to his feet. Oh, a big right hand. He blocked it again.
Sheik was definitely a one-of-a-kind.
Oh, he got him up.
Ooh.
287 pounds. Thrust backwards in a beautiful suplex applied by the Iron Sheik. Slaughter just covered with blood. How much punishment can one individual take? Down for the cover. Dick Worley's in there. 1, 2, he's gonna get him.
It's
No.
Dick Worley? Excuse me. What's the referee's name? Is it Dick
Slaughter reaching
Worley?
down for that extra something from deep down inside. Slaughter with an uppercut of beauty and another. Slaughter now gonna ram the Sheik, yes, right into the steel toe. As the Sheik went down hard.
Dick Worley. Dick Worley. Okay.
As USA
Richard Worley. I would be Rich Worley.
As is evident. And look at that,
Ooh.
the Sheik now. He's busted open.
Sheik bleeded.
Slaughter promised the fans he was going to make this guy bleed, and he is. This match can go either way now at this point, folks. Sheik busted wide open, Slaughter banged wide open.
Whoa, wind up.
Uppercut. Sends him down to the canvas. Oh,
I like that he did a huge
cover
wind
there.
up,
He lost
then
his balance.
stopped, and then did a punch.
He's down for the cover now, only a 2 count. That Sheik is tough. He can't believe that he's busted open. Sheik now set for the ride. Oh, Sarge went for the abdominal stretch and caught that unbelievable weapon of a boot right in the lower abdomen. Calling for the referee to come in now. He wants to cover him. 1, 2. Got a 2 count, but Sarge got that one shoulder up. Remember, folks, this is a boot camp match, and the rules are there are no rules.
The rules
The only
are
way you
there
can
are
win
no
is to pin
rules.
your opponent 1, 2, 3. Either inside this ring or outside. Yeah.
Ooh.
Sarge at the last moment was shoved off by the Iron Sheik, and he hit that corner hard. He could have knocked
People's
himself
elbow
out.
macaroni would be fantastic. I thought The Rock did Chef Boyardee commercials, didn't he? Like all the rest? A little beefaroni. Am I imagining The Rock talking about beefaroni? I know the Hardys
Unbelievable. Sergeant Slaughter
and
literally knocked out.
Mankind.
Reflex action, raising that shoulder on a 2 count. Pandemonium, folks.
Pandemonium, folks. Oh yeah, Holy had a beefaroni commercial. I remember that well.
Going out, USA.
No, they didn't make up new flavors for the boys, but they should have. Ooh.
Sergeant Slaughter, desperation movie.
I think that fan had a cigarette in his
Back down on his back on the canvas.
Beef jabroni.
Everything is just unbelievable in this matchup. Where will it end? Backbreaker. Calling for referee Dick Worley.
Worley.
No.
2.
Sheik, once again, tremendous amount of strength and guts kicked out of there. Another backbreaker.
You had to have been able. This is the late 70s, early 80s.
Work out in and out here. Sheik's down again. Slaughter never hooked the leg. If he'd hooked the leg that time, he might have had it. Slaughter adjusting that elbow pad, which signifies only one thing. The Slaughter cannon. Oh! Unbelievable low blow on a part of the Sheik.
There are no rules, so
Referee
that's fine.
Can't do anything about it.
Oh!
Referee Dick Worley came in the ring and was knocked out by the Iron Sheik, who is now taking
Dick
his boot
is
off.
down. Dick Worley. Get up, Dick.
It's a boot camp match, but the Sheik
Sheik taking off that wonderful
got that
boot.
steel-toed boot of his off, and he's loading it up. Referee Dick Worley is flat out out. Look out, Sarge.
Ooh, Sarge taking him out. Look at Dick Worley, dude, looking to see where the boys are. Get up, Dick.
Got him. And now the Sarge has got the boot. Oh, right on the chin. Good night, Irene.
Dick's up.
Referee, he got him.
Oh, and Sheik did the great kick out at 3 that people do. And there's your winner, Sergeant Slaughter, he throws on some fatigues and he eats at Denny's for free, even though he did not serve. He gets that free Denny's every day. Every morning, Sarge wakes up, gets his free Denny's, and he stands outside of the gas station and has people salute him. I just think Stolen Valor is the funniest thing.
Holy mackerel, folks, what an unbelievable boot camp match. Dick Worley was knocked out momentarily. And Sergeant Slaughter used his own weapon from the
All right, we'll be right back. I'm going to hook up the guest and everything like that, so we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, treasured pals. We have an interview with Wheel of Fortune champ Fred Fletcher-Jackson coming up in 2 and 2. All right, welcome back. We are now going to go to our guest. Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest is a wrestler, an actor, a host, and a 2-time Wheel of Fortune champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the program, Fred Fletcher-Jackson. Now, sorry about that, Fred. How are you?
I'm good, Scotland. How are you? It's nice to meet you.
Great to meet you. And you were double audioed. How are you? Can I hear you now? How is? Where are you?
I'm home. I actually just got home. I went and saw my 8th grade students graduate tonight, and then just came straight home from there.
Oh wow! So you're a teacher. I forgot that part of your intro. I should have put that in there.
That's all right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So they were excited to see you on Wheel of Fortune.
They were pretty excited. And then every single day since then, at least one person has come up and asked me for money. At least one of them has come. Actually, there's one girl who's one of the 8th graders who just graduated. We have a running joke that she takes the bit very seriously, where every time she sees me in the hallway, she just like completely deadpan just stares at me because she's disappointed in me because she asked me for $1 and I said no, I'm not gonna do it. So she just, every time she looks at me, she's just like, Mr. Fletcher, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. And yeah, so there's a lot of that going on. But
that's a good bit.
Yeah, it is a good bit, and she's very committed because literally we were all standing in line and we were shaking their hands, saying congratulations as they were walking down the line, and she's smiling like, oh, thank you. She gets to me like, keep walking.
Oh, I love it. Now, for people who don't know, you were on the show twice. The first time you were on Wheel of Fortune, you this is a wrestling show, so we can use this term. It was a squash.
It was a squash. I used that exact term in my interview for Instagram with Maggie, Pat's daughter.
Uh-huh.
And it's funny because she asked me, because Ricky, who was my opponent on the second game, or one of my opponents, was the only other person this season so far to have swept his game. And Maggie asked me, she said, Ricky's the only other guy who swept his game so far this season. If you two met at the wheel, what do you think would happen? And I said to Maggie, well, Maggie, in wrestling, there's a term we use called a squash, where you completely dominate your opponent and they get no offense in. And I have to tell you that if Ricky and I met at the wheel, somebody would be getting squashed and it wouldn't be me.
Ooh, cutting promos.
I know, yeah, promos, but I didn't realistically think that was actually going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then lo and behold, they call me a few weeks later and they're like, yeah, we want to bring you back. And then I found out one of my opponents is Ricky. So it did actually happen.
Wow, so, the bookers of Wheel of Fortune. Who's booking Wheel of Fortune?
Jim
Cornette? Ghetto?
Yeah. Well, actually, it's a new executive producer who's only been there for like a year or two, and they've done they've tried a lot of new wacky things.
Yeah.
With this new producer, like they had the fan favorites week, they had WWE week, which
I was going to ask you about that. Are you glad that you were on a regular week and not on a WWE week?
You know, people ask me that a lot, and I originally auditioned for WWE week. Like that was why I sent in my audition tape, because I saw Facebook ads that they were looking for WWE fans, and I was like, oh, well, I'm a game show fan and I'm a wrestling fan. This has to be the moment. Like, this has to be it. And then in the interview, we actually talked a lot about wrestling, and we talked about how I love in my audition video originally, they asked me to talk about if I was paired with a wrestler, who would I want it to be and why? And I said The Miz, because he is great, he's competitive, he's aggressive, he's awesome, like, you know, all that. I went through the whole and then we talked about The Miz a little bit in the interview and just talked about my love of wrestling. And then she said, okay, well, we want to try and get you on the show. We can't promise it'll be WWE week, but you're eligible to be in the regular game, one way or the other. And so I was like, okay,
yeah,
I won't turn it down, even if it's not WWE week. But so they called me for the Hawaii week.
Oh, yes, you were. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the WWE week actually taped their episodes either the day after mine or the very next week, because it was Hawaii week, and then the very next week of shows on TV was WWE week.
Yes.
And it was funny because we were all the contestants were in the studio, kind of getting a tour of the space, and we were all testing the wheel, and we were doing all these things. And then Bellamy Blackstone, who's the executive producer, she was making like an announcement to the whole room. And she said something like, yeah, and don't forget, tomorrow we start taping our shows for WWE week. And me being me, I went, yeah! And like, I was the only one in the room who made that sound. Like, nobody else cheered. So like, everybody turned and looked at me. So that was a awkward moment, but I don't regret it, because I was excited.
Yeah. There's no reason to regret that. Now I'm seeing your shirt, and your shirt is your character that you play as a wrestler. Can you? We have actually watched one of your promos on this show. I think a week or two after you were on Wheel the first time, the Purple Parrot.
Yes.
Now, for people who don't know, can you explain him? Because I love this gimmick so much.
I sure can. The Purple Parrot, Colin Sheen. Yes. He is a well, there's a parallel in my life. He is a failed game show contestant from his childhood. He was on a certain Nickelodeon game show.
Yes.
Belonged to a certain team, and but Colin Sheen's backstory is that he lost humiliatingly. And ever since that day, he just became a total loser and didn't win anything, never had friends, never was good at anything. And then he grew up and was like, okay, I'm tired of sucking at everything. I'm going to go be a wrestler and try and redeem my life. And so that's why the Purple Parrot, Colin Sheen, is now in a wrestling ring.
I love it. Now I have a question from the chat, a highlighted chat from the Suzanimal. He wants to know, did you audition for the Legends of the Hidden Temple reboot?
So I sent in an application when it's funny because the day that it was announced, I had like 7 or 8 different people all posted on my timeline on Facebook like, hey, you need to do this. I was like, yeah, I know, you're the 10th person to tell me. I filled out an application. I wanted to audition for my sister and I to be on it, but so the first time I auditioned the first time I applied was right before the first COVID lockdown.
Okay,
and
yeah.
So there's pretty much a non-starter at that point. I think my memory's kind of fuzzy. I think I might have applied again once everything opened back up, but no, I think I did. I think I did reapply because I remember. This is funny because at the time there was a Twitter account that I was following that was Olmec. It was an Olmec Twitter account, and it was so. I wish because I think it's gone now, but I wish it was still around because it was so funny. Like he would tweet these things like, Like, hey, now that, the 90s are over, I can talk dirt about all the other Nickelodeon guys. And let me tell you, Doug was a piece of shit. Like, just like really silly things like that. And actually, me and that Twitter account kind of had a little bit of rapport. And I actually got a Twitter thread started where we tagged, I can't remember the name of the casting group that was casting for Legends, but we tagged them like, hey, get me on the show. And then Olmec tweeted on my behalf like, hey, we should cast Fred. He's a good guy.
Yeah, listen to Olmec.
Yeah, I'm the guy who runs the place. Let me, figure that. But no, they never replied to that tweet. And I never heard from them one way or the other. And then I watched the first episode of that reboot. And it occurred to me that all of the contestants were either social media famous or they were musicians. They were all people who were like not super famous, but like were well known.
Had something else. They're trying to get some views based on their contestants.
That's my feeling. And if you watch did you see the reboot at all?
I didn't see the reboot.
Don't bother. It was pretty painful to watch. Like it was great to see like Dee Baker, the voice of Olmec, was back, and that was cool. Cristela Alonso, I thought was a pretty good host. It was just, it didn't feel like a game show anymore. It felt like a reality competition, which are two. Yeah, and they're two completely different things. Like they would, as they were doing the physical challenges, they would intermittently like jump cut to like interviews like that they did, and they would like disperse that in the middle of the games, and I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah, like a reality show, like the confessional room.
Yeah. And it was just awkward and weird, and like the set was beautiful, the temple that they had was beautiful, it looked stunning. It was just the editing and just the way that they treated the show was just not, it didn't work for me, and it was canceled after the first season, so obviously it didn't work for a lot of people.
Oh, I have a question from the chat. This is a highlighted message. How much did you get after taxes from Wheel?
So
is that a polite question?
No, it's a fair question. First of all, I have to tell you, I haven't gotten a dime yet.
And you were on twice.
I was on twice. I have not seen a single dime of any of the money that I won, because they tell us our contract says that we receive our money up to 120 days after the air date, which if we're going off of my first air date, which was March 21st, that would be like July-ish. And I've talked to a bunch of other Wheel of Fortune alumni who basically have said, yeah, you can expect to get it pretty much exactly 120 days after the air date. So, yeah, I'm not going to see any of it for probably another month.
Yeah. And then do you have any plans once you have, did you win a trip? I don't remember.
I did. I won 2 trips. So,
oh my God. Well, that's...
Yeah. Yeah. So actually to go back to your first question, they are going to take out California tax, because I'm not a California resident. They take out 7% in California tax, and the rest I think comes to me, but come tax filing season next year, I'll need to take out a pretty considerable chunk.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but I think all in all, I'll probably end up with like 65% of what I actually won I get to keep.
Yeah.
And everything else has to go to tax. But yeah, no, so I won the first time. I won a trip to Costa Rica on the prize puzzle, and then my second time I won a cruise to Tahiti on the prize puzzle. So wow. I haven't taken, yeah, I can take either of my trips. I can take up to a year after the air date of the show. And actually we're trying to coordinate it. It's not going so well because we all have different schedules, but the rest of the fan favorite contestants because that's the same cruise that they gave every fan favorite contestant who won the prize. We were trying to coordinate so that we could all go together.
That'd be fun.
It would be fun. It's like I said, it's kind of not working out so well because we all have such different things going on in our lives.
Yeah.
But one of them I know for sure is taking it in like September, and I'm trying really hard to get in on the same cruise that he's on. I'm still waiting on my passport, actually, so I can't book anything until I get my passport. But yeah, so we'll probably end up taking both trips sometime in the fall, September, October, November, somewhere around there, when the weather down south will hopefully be a little bit nicer, and tourism will hopefully be a little bit lower. So but I'm looking for the Springs Resort in Costa Rica. I've looked it up and it's got nothing but 5-star reviews, so I'm really excited to
Oh,
go.
that's awesome. That's incredible. Going back to the taxes, the chat says that you're a wrestler, so you just don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
That's
that's
the worker way.
Really, they paid me $75,000 worth of hot dogs and handshakes. That's what they paid me.
Now, have you used the Wheel of Fortune stuff in your wrestling at all? Has that come out in any of promos or anything like that?
A little bit. There was a match I did a couple weeks after the airing of the first episode, where my opponent sort of referenced it like, yeah, you may be a winner in the game show arena, but in the ring, I'm going to beat you, or something like that. And actually, the biggest change is I now have a new move that I use sometimes in my repertoire. It's the crossface chicken wing, because that's the exact move that Pat Sajak put me in.
Yes.
And so now I use it, and I call it the Wing of Fortune.
That is beautiful. There you go. That's excellent.
And the booker of the promotion that I wrestle for here in Maryland is talking about doing like a Wheel of Misfortune match, where the concept is very vague right now, but he's thinking about like a spin the wheel, make the deal kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Like you spin the wheel and that's your stipulation. It reminds me a lot of the Raw roulette wheel from all those years ago.
Oh yes.
So I don't know what it's going to look like, but I'm excited to see what they have in store. They definitely want to try and capitalize on the Wheel of Fortune frenzy.
Of course. Another question from the chat: are there other game shows that you've auditioned for?
I interviewed to be on Card Sharks, the revival of Card Sharks.
Yes.
No, would have loved it. I didn't hear back. I was on, if you count it, which I do, I was on a high school quiz bowl game show in my high school years. They do the Washington D.C. area does a local quiz bowl called It's Academic, where local high schools can bring a team of 3 people, and they just have like a quiz bowl tournament, and the winning teams usually get like scholarship money. It was a lot of fun, and it was aired on local TV. So I was on that for most of high school. I was the captain of the team my senior year. So I did that, and that was a lot of fun. And then I did do a big open call to be on The Price is Right many years ago.
Ooh, that's a dream of mine. I'd love to be on The Price is Right, and my other one is the God, I'm blanking now. Supermarket Sweep. I would crush that.
You just named the 2 shows that I have been binge watching for the last like 2 or 3 weeks. Like I watch so much Price is Right these days, and I don't know why.
Bob Barker or current stuff?
A little of both. A little of both. It's also very, very fortunate that Price is Right is a very easily accessible show, because there's so many episodes on YouTube, and then there's the Pluto TV channel that has episodes from the Barker years. Right. There's it's pretty easy to catch Price is Right anywhere, and also they have the most recent season on Paramount Plus, so I watch that because I never catch it when it's on during the day because I'm always teaching.
Yeah.
But so
that reminds me of something. This is how I watch Wheel of Fortune. I don't have I'm just like streaming and stuff. I don't have actual television. So the way I watch Wheel of Fortune every day is I go to YouTube.
Yes.
And you type in Wheel of Fortune, and there's some hero that just uploads it every day, and then their account is nuked after 3 days. It's beautiful.
And it's always the airing from Canadian television.
Yes.
because Canada gets wheel at like noon or 1, so they get it way earlier than we do.
Oh.
So no, that's the exact same thing that I do, because we used to watch it. Like we would borrow my girlfriend's mom's Xfinity account to stream the ABC live stream so that we could watch Wheel and Jeopardy. But we just got so tired of dealing with that I finally was just like, screw it. I don't even care if it's illegal. So now I do exactly what you do now. I find it.
It's the way to do it. I love it. And sometimes there's like a guy at the end, and he has a little commentary, and he plays a little bingo game or something. I have no idea what it is, but it's beautiful.
It's a guy speaking in a language that I don't understand, trying to tell me about some like cryptocurrency that he's into now or something.
Yep, that's it. You're speaking my language. This is how my fiance and I watch Wheel, and it's lovely.
Yep, that and Jeopardy, the same thing. Yeah.
Yes. Now, I'm not going to take up too much more of your time, but I am a game show host as well. And we have a little game on this show called Wrestler or Weed Strain. And we're going to play a round of that. Give me 5 seconds as I switch the screen. Now, here's the rules. Very simple. I'm going to give you a name, and you're going to tell me if you think it's a wrestler or a weed strain. And 3 strikes, and the game is over, so you can get it wrong 3 times. And let's bring up this list. First name on the list, we got Jack Cartwheel. Now, Fred Fletcher-Jackson, Jack Cartwheel, is it a wrestler or a weed strain?
That sounds like a wrestler that wants you to know he's very acrobatic, so I'll go with wrestler.
Yep, wrestler is correct. So you're 1 for 1. Let me pull up this, let me get my list, and the next name on the list, let's bring it up. Next name is Jack Rack. Jack Rack.
See, my problem is that I don't smoke, so instinctively my brain always goes to like fitting this into like a wrestling gimmick.
Yeah.
Wrestling is more of an addiction for me than anything else has ever been. Jack Rack.
Jack.
I'll just say wrestler.
Wrestler. Let's see. Jack Rack is a weed strain. Oh. I'm so sorry. So that's 1 strike. You got 2 more strikes.
Okay.
Let's get the next one up there. The chat is they're having their guesses as well. All right. This next one's good. Next name, Orange Diesel. Don't be afraid to talk it out.
Yeah, it sounds a little too close to. That sounds like a 7-foot tall guy from Detroit, Michigan, who just goes to the tanning bed a lot. Yeah, it just sounds like a guy who like wants you to know he's as badass as Kevin Nash, and also
bright orange.
Has a funky skin color. But I will go with weed strain on that one.
Weed strain, you are correct. All right, so still have 1 strike, and you have 2 correct.
And I'm looking because I'm looking at your Twitch stream too, and I love this. Kevin Nash moving at an Orange Cassidy pace, or Kevin Nash.
Oh yeah, the chat is on fire. All right, next name, Bazooka Joe G.
Is it bad that because the last 2 have been weed strain that law of probability makes me think that this one is wrestler.
That's a way to play.
Yeah. I'll go with wrestler.
Wrestler? Well, let's see. It's a weed strain.
Oh, man.
I'm so sorry.
Ugh,
So you got 2 strikes.
I gotta smoke more, clearly. The only thing I posted this on my Facebook a few weeks ago. The only thing I smoke is my opponents at Wheel of Fortune.
Ooh, you squash them, you smoke them. All right, let's get the next one, possibly the last one. Let's see. Where is it? Let me pull this one up. All right, next name, EC Diamond.
So again, my instinct is wrestler because the last 3 have been weed strain. If I say wrestler and it's wrong, then I'm going to be so humiliated. More so than when I didn't get my second bonus round puzzle. Okay, I'm gonna go with wrestler
and hope for the best. Well,
yeah,
EC Diamond is a wrestler.
Oh,
you are still alive, Fred.
Still alive.
All right, next up, let's get this next name up. Next up, we got Diamond Mike.
Diamond Mike. All these white guy names. Diamond Mike. And I don't know, when I say white guy names, I can't decide if that veers me closer to wrestler or weed strain, because they're both totally they're both totally applicable to the white guy sphere. You know what? I think on moral principle, I'm gonna say wrestler, and if it's wrong, at least I have gone out thinking and hoping that okay, if it's strike 3 for me now, then at least I went out with wrestling on my mind and in my heart.
Yes. And you are correct.
Oh.
Diamond Mike is a wrestler. He's actually a manager, but we're counting that as a wrestler. He's a worker.
Okay, I have a manager character that I haven't played in a while, but I would like to because I love managing almost as much as I do wrestling.
Who's that? What's your manager character?
My manager name is Jim Candy. He is he's kind of a maniac who is obsessed with getting to the top of showbiz, and
I like this.
Yeah, a lot of inspirations. Like, if you hear like a lot of my friends, because this actually was a character that I developed in grad school, and then because I went to grad school for theater, and then I just decided, you know what, he would make a good wrestling manager, so I brought the same character to my training. And when I talk as Jim Candy, all of my other trainees heard Matt Foley, the Chris Farley SNL character, which I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of that is a little bit of what I was going for. And he's very manic. He's all over the place. He's not afraid to get his hands dirty. And yeah, he's fun. But like I said, I've focused mostly on Purple Parrot lately, but I do think, because I sometimes go back and forth on my confidence in my wrestling skills, but every time that I have been a manager in any capacity, I've always felt totally comfortable, because I feel comfortable just performing and being loud and obnoxious and getting the crowd riled up. And I can take bumps for the big payoff. So, that the work of a manager is just fun, and I feel like I've mastered it a lot quicker than I have wrestling. So I'm kind of, sort of deciding which one I want to put most of my energy into right now. But yeah, I love managing. And yeah, and I see in your chat, somebody said John Candy's Jim Belushi. The Candy name was definitely taken from the fact that John Candy was an inspiration to Chris Farley, who I was sort of
I like that. All right, we have our next name for wrestler or weed strain, Sunny Beach.
Ooh, weed strain.
Weed strain?
Yes.
It is a wrestler. I'm so sorry.
The one time that I'm so confident.
You were like, "Yep, that's got to be weed."
Is it Sunny Beach? Is that a is it a valet?
It's a wrestler. He's a wrestler. I get these wrestler names from cagematch.net.
Okay.
And I get the weed names from leafly.com. So it's all legitimate.
I believe it. Always cite your sources for your trivia questions.
Yes. So that's it. I'm going to let you go, Fred. Thank you so much. Is there anything you want to plug? Any
yeah, I guess so you can all check out my website, fredfletcherjackson.com, no spaces. That's Fred Fletcher, Fletcher, Jackson.com. It's, basically my actor's website. It's got my resume, it's got my game show experience, my wrestling experience, and it does have a manager video for Jim Candy, who I mentioned earlier.
Oh, maybe we'll watch it on the show next week.
If there is anyone out there, Jim Candy can travel. If there's anyone out there who feels like they need a manager of champions to come in and be loud and obnoxious and take a jar of Ovaltine with him, because Jim Candy always carries a jar of Ovaltine for some reason. I haven't figured out why. But that's there. A couple of my matches as Purple Parrot are there. And then my game shows, like I said, and just a lot of highlights from my theatrical career. Yeah, I'd love for people to check it out. And if you are local to Maryland or Washington, D.C., you can check me out on the next couple of shows for EWA, Eastern Wrestling Association. We have a show next weekend at the... Oh, I can't even... I feel awful now. It's a brewery in Dundalk, and I can't even remember the name of it now, but that's where our next show is. And then after that, we have another show June 24th, where I will be wrestling, actually, for a shoot, a good friend of mine, but in a work, he's one of my biggest foes, is the Jagermeister. So I'm really looking forward to that. EWA Wrestling... We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on all the things. EWA Wrestling, you can find out about all the matches that we're hyping up. And yeah, come check us out, because we do great shows. And yeah, my website, and yeah, I think that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Fred. Thanks for taking time out of your night to do this. I really appreciate it. And the chat loved it. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Scotland. It's been a lot of fun. It's been great to meet you. You have a great show, and I wish you the best for the show going forward.
Thank you. All right, have a good night.
You too.
Oh, how about that? That was a lot of fun. Thank you, Fred Fletcher-Jackson, for coming on the show and for playing our game, Wrestler or Weed Strain. Now, that was a joy, so thank you. And now, I talked about it earlier, but this is our new segment on the show, and it's because we had a wheel champ on the show, and here is our new segment. It is... Hello. Can you hear me? Yes. Our new segment, it is a wheel, the Wheel of Matches, folks. The Wheel of Matches. And on this wheel, I have about 17 or 18 matches, and we're going to spin this wheel, and what it lands on is what we're going to watch. And I'm excited about this. So this is going to be something that's going to be on the show. And I'll change what matches are on here and everything. It's stuff that I had, whatever, it doesn't matter. But, all right, here we go. Our first spin of the wheel. Whoa! All right. So this is our next match: Sting and the Great Muta versus the Steiner brothers. Coming right up after I press.
Trying to hang on to the ropes. Kyoko right there. Jumping up and down on it.
Kyoko Ware, I guess, as fired up and going as we have ever seen him. With the Patriot. He drives him down into the mat.
All right. Now I forgot who sent me this. Some of these matches on the wheel are matches that I had ready to put on the show once in the time of this show, and they were bumped for whatever reason. So now we have this wheel. None of these wheel matches are going to produce bad people that we don't want on the show. They're all good matches. There's some squashes. There's some surprises. So we're going to have that, we're going to be spinning that wheel yet again. But this is the one spin that we have this week. Alright, Sting and the Great Muta, who we all know had his final bye-bye with the blue mist. Now, people, this is in the Tokyo Dome. Can somebody look this up? The blue mist puts you to sleep, right? All the mists do different things, and I believe the blue mist puts you to sleep.
この方はどんな発明をご覧になったんでしょうか。スペシャルゲストとして小白史郎さんをお迎えしております。小白さんどうぞよろしくお願いいたします。よろしくお願いします。今年の抱負まず一言聞かせてください。そうですね。もっともっと一生懸命頑張ってですね。僕らも名演としてみたいなと。
It's just toilet water. Blue mist does sound like a weird Powerade flavor. Yeah, the Steiners were dope as hell. So as y'all saw tonight, I did tweak the rules of Wrestler Weed Strain to give people 3 strikes, because the last time we played it, it was one and done, and people were just getting eliminated way too quickly. So the 3 strikes rule is where we're at now, and I think it's going to stay that way. And we'll play Wrestler Weed Strain again. I'll take calls and we'll do it one day soon. But we had to have a Wheel of Fortune champ play Wrestler Weed Strain. Yeah, Rick and Sting. Sting with the great little rat tail, a poofy rat tail.
アメリカが生んだ偉大なヒールでありますグレートムタ。一方はまさに戦う正常期。このスティングが
The clothesline from Rick Steiner is so rad. From the top, Bulldog on Sting. Squirrel tail. That is perfect. That's exactly what it is. A blonde squirrel.
小気味いいですね。小気味いいですね。本当にいつ見ても。いやー、本当に流行っている床屋さんの中のタイプを見るような
Sting with a clothesline of his own.
本当に切れ味が鋭い格好で、もういつも我々の目を
Now that looks like referee Bill Alfonso. I'm not sure, but
そしてフェイスクラッシャー。反対に後ろからの攻撃。やられたらやり返す。スティング、リック・スタイナーの攻防が面白い。実は山本さん、このリックはですね、
Sting got him up.
このスティングと組んで、UWF タッグチャンピオンにも君臨してるんですよね。そうですね。ということはですよ、かつての仲間とこういった格好で東京ドームで相まみえるという格好で、やりにくさも半分あるかもしれませんね。それから手の内分かって。
Stinger splash misses. Tag into Scotty Steiner. Looking beastly.
今日は叩かなきゃいけないと。こうなるわけですね。なるほど。小白さん、ということはですね、レスラーと友達になってはいけないことでしょうか。
Beautiful Liger bomb.
そうですね。そういうこととはわけが違いますね。
Some might say.
いやそれにしてもスティングをご覧になっていかがですか、越永さん。
そうですね、まあ今日の動きはもう特にいいようで、武藤とのコンビの方がちょっと初めてということでちょっと心配してたんですけども、なかなかコンビネーションもいいようですね。
Referee Alfonso says 2 count only.
さんが指摘なさいますように、今日のこの
Great Muta looking on.
スティングのタッグは初めてタッグが組まれているということもありましたね。そういう意味では武藤と組んだことはあっても
Great Muta blew himself before making his way to the ring. Oh, my favorite reversal in all of wrestling right there.
おっとうまく切り返して、そしてズームスタンパイルドライバー。
I say it every time it happens, but that pile driver reversal is my favorite reversal in all of wrestling.
アメリカエリア最大の敵とワンナイトアクションを果たしております。
Dropping the elbow.
ザ・グレートムタとスティング。
Rick breaking up the pin.
レアへの挑戦権をめぐってザ・グレートムタ、あるいはこの後登場してまいりますレックス・ルガーと激戦を繰り広げてまいりましたアメリカマットでありました。そしてこのスティング、今エプロンに下がりましたが、90年の七夕、7月7日にはボルチモアでフレアを破り73代の NWA のチャンピオンにも輝いております。クラッシュリングエルボー
Elbow of Muta. Nothing else like
武
it.
藤が放つよりもこのグレートムタが放つとまた一瞬きらめきの中にですね、山本さんね、見えませんね、エルボーが。
そうですね、速さがですね、魅力ありますね。
はい、速さに魅力があります。そして速さ、ぶん投げる、なんだあれは。
Ooh, Scott Steiner with a kick to the back of the head of the Great Muta.
このリックが本当に
Tagging the Rick.
連覇のつわもの、ウムセンヤマセン一気当選であります。さあこれセカンドラップから
Overhead belly to belly from the top rope.
たまりません。これはなかなか
Rick Steiner, a maniac, barking in the ring.
どういう角度を取っていくのか、自分自身も分からないだけで難しいですね。
そうですね。
ジャーマンぶん投げ
Folds up the Great Muta with a release German suplex.
ジャーマンスープレックスホールドというのは山本さん、その
Man, the Steiners rule.
密着させてるわけですよね。
そうですね。
ぶん投げてきましたね今。
離さないんですからね。
Somebody sent me this, and that's one of the problems of the wheel is I don't remember who sent me what that's in the wheels. But if you sent me this, shout it out.
山本さん、体の体調を崩しましたですね。怪我にも泣きました。去年はこのスコット・スタイナー、日本に来るとか言ってなかなか来れなかったんですけれども、
しかし元気いっぱいです。
元気いっぱいですね。これもどうやら感知しましたね。おっ、
Scott Steiner's second rope getting Muta on his shoulders.
ブロックバッターが7式だ。
これはたまりません。
たまりません。ムタ、どうしたムタ、どうしたムタ、いつもの悪の標榜が見えない悪の顔を見せてくれムタ。新日ナンバーワン極道非道のヒールとなっています。成り上がっています。先ほど越永さんもおっしゃったように、この日本でますますこのムタのボルテージが上がってまいりました。山本さん、これはもしかするとドラゴンスリーパーですね。
ドラゴンスリーパーです。
勉強してるんですね、やっぱり。
それはね、日本にね、来る外人選手はですね、日本の選手のどういうねホールドを持ってるかというのはそれは研究しますよ。それはやっぱりプロです。
しかし日々この努力を怠らないスコット・ステイナー、リック・ステイナーのステイナーブラザーズ合体三本、まず飛び出したカナディアンバックブリーカー取っておいて、その取った隆起している胸のあたりにエルボー、どこまで3番マウント 2.5。 越永さん、越永さんもよくいろいろな
The Steiner brothers throwing people around is one of my favorite genres of wrestling.
いかがご覧になります？
そうですね、ムタとスティングはやはりちょっと流れを変えないといけませんね。
Oh yeah, what's the name of that joint show? The New Japan, All Japan, Noah show?
兄弟タッグということでやはりコンビネーション
I
が
keep
十分い
wanting
い
to
です
say
ね。
all together now, but that's not it.
やはりこの兄弟で
Rick
その
got Muta up on his shoulders.
呼吸っていうものがね、しっかり
あうんの呼吸でしょうね。もう
all together again.
弟が何やるか分かるんですよね。
All together
ま
now.
さにシングルで戦ってももうどこに出してももう本当に恥ずかしくない2人であります。リック・ステイナー、スコット・ステイナーのステイナーブラザーズ。スティングが完璧に、いやムタが完璧に捉えられています。ムタが完璧に捉えられています。山本さん、あまり長時間ですねグレートムタがやられてますと、
そうですね、
これはこの後の連携にもなかなかうまいことこの歯車は噛み合いませんもんね。
スティングがねイライラしてくるわけですね。
そうですね。
そうするとやっぱり噛み合わなくなってしまいますね。
Ooh, that Scott Steiner belly to belly.
腕をしっかりフックしておいて受け身が取れない状況の中で フロントスープレックス。この辺りはやはり細かいところも大変うまい。リング下に落としていきます。さあここからザ・グレートムタ生き返ってほしいところであります。
Referee trying to stop Scott Steiner. Don't know why.
さあ挑戦シーン東京ドーム。
Ooh! Belly to belly suplex on the outside.
スティングが非常に心配そうな表情であります。スティングが心配そうな表情。ザ・グレートムタとはまさに本当に激闘を繰り広げてまいりました。アメリカマット。しかし今日は東京ドーム、ところが日本であります。初めての勝手を示しています。さあそのスティングの気持ちに応えるかのように、期待に応えるかのようにバックドロップ。さあ起死回生のバックドロップになるのか。スティングがする それにこうする。しかしこの辺りはうまい。すぐにロープサイドニアロープになりますとビッグが出てまいります。ニュートラルコーナーポスト対角線上
Steiner,
に
turnbuckle stinger, splash! He nailed it this time. Steiner is down. Sting and Muta, the brothers in paint. Oh my God, caught by Rick, who just changes direction and suplexes the great Muta like he was a child. Sting breaking up the pin. Man, that did roll.
越永さんの18番、ジャンピングヒップアタック、あれは背面から襲っていきますよね。あの場合自分も怖くないですか。
そうですね、もう怖いとかなんとか言ってられませんので。
なるほど、勢いのまま、流れのままノリでやるわけですね。
Pair of kicks to Scotty.
ダブルフェイスクラッシャー、気持ちいい。
これですね。
Yeah, you're right.
来ましたよ来ましたよ。そしてリフトアップしといて、リフトアップしといて、何が出るか。投げる、そのまま投げる。リックが倒れる。
We do. We still have our main event and a couple other short things. We're going over, but we started late. We're not going too far over, I think. Sting to the outside with his blonde squirrel tail.
それにしても強烈なパフォーマンス。
Oh, God. Watch out, Scotty. It's a great Muta.
スコット・スタイナーにも待ってまいります。ビッグもスコットも今までの
Back in the ring, the brothers in paint, waiting for the brothers in singlets.
いやー、そんなことはない、そんなことはない。
Wow. Yeah, Sting is still doing dives. Sting is still wrestling.
さあ分断作戦であります。スティングを手玉に取ろうという、うまく繰り返す、スティングうまく繰り返してスリーカウント。
Sting won that. Yeah, take that.
早技。そうですね。今ですね、くるくるっと回しておいてバックブリーカーに取ろうとしましたね、今ね、スコットがそれを切り返して肩をつけていった。これはスティング技ありであります。
お兄さんの方で勝ったと思ったんですね。手を挙げてしまいました。
As they mute the music, we will go to the next segment.
The five-star heavyweight championship tournament continues, and there's one individual that continues to be a main part with that championship drive, and that is, of course, the former American Gladiator, Malibu. I know you're looking forward to that big title.
Back to Malibu,
Absolutely,
guys.
Johnny, I'm thrilled to be here, be a part of the awesome competition coming up. As the competition gets tougher, so does Malibu. And I'm be looking for the ultimate competition. I'm fired up, and I want to thank all my young friends for supporting me out there.
I mentioned, I know you're looking forward to the title. I know you're looking forward to winning that championship.
That's what I want to do. I want to thank all my young friends.
And I know a lot of fans have stated to me that they'd love nothing better than to see that championship belt around your waist and the money in your pocket.
Well, Johnny, if is not a word in my vocabulary. I'm going to be fired up, and I'm going to take that belt.
Now, is he really related to Edge, or does he just look like it?
And God bless you all for looking after the big Malibu.
Okay, there he is, wrestling fans, the former American Gladiator, Malibu. He has taken five-star by storm. Now, let's hear from the general.
Now, this is sent in by the Suzanimal Adam Suzanne, our second musical number of the night. We had the Boogie Woogie Man. And now we got Bull Nakano singing. Oh, wow, in the Dark Knight? Violence. It's a license. Look at this. And it's in a ring.
This match will be one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Entering the ring now, a member of Devastation Incorporated, weighing 260 pounds from Outer Mongolia, Tarus Bulba.
Tarus Bulba. Tarus Bulba.
And of course, right now we're awaiting the arrival of the opponent for Tarus Bulba. And when you see who it is, you will see a large turnout of young kids. They will be over there at his aid because he is the big crowd favorite. There he is right there.
And now making his way into the ring, weighing 235 pounds from Hollywood, Malibu! And we're joined here at ringside by the Executioner from Devastation Incorporated.
Thanks
Look
to
at all
Dr.
these little
Liam
kids
for
cheering for
sending
old
this
Malibu.
material
I'll tell you what, they're going to be crying after chorus gets done with him. The Gladiator's looking pretty tough. He's big, he's strong. But is he big enough Gladiator to take on Taurus? I don't think so.
Taurus versus Malibu.
With the cover,
Yeah, I think I
only
got
a one
that,
count,
car
Tarus Bulba
accident in high
has been very
school.
impressive
I
in
was on
this
the
tournament.
Taurus team.
This, of course, is more tournament action. Again, Malibu with the cover, and again, not being able to make it stick. He is a physical-looking improvement.
There you go, Scott Steiner, he ate.
A physical-looking specimen, I should say. There's a 3 count already.
Just
How about
like
that?
Malibu got a cheap
his
win there.
belly to belly.
I think when it comes tournament time for me, I hope he tries to hit me with that belly
That's
to belly
it for
because I'll tell you
Malibu. He
what,
did every move
I'll
he
give him some
knows,
good
and
airtime
the
with those
match
big
is
lats he
now
has.
over.
He's got good
Thank you,
aerodynamics.
Malibu.
He'll fly real fine.
There's Malibu with the win. You heard from the Executioner, and we'll be back with more action, so stay with us.
It's Malibu! It's fucking Malibu!
Hey, Jabroni, open the window.
I'm awfully sorry.
I didn't ask your opinion. I've got 3 kids in there scared half to death because some bald-headed turd is shooting at them.
No, sir, we were playing cowboys and Indians.
Have you heard of Columbine? It's idiots like you that cause this whole society to be going crazy with violence.
No, I'm not a violent.
Shut up! You know what you're looking at? You were looking at 245 pounds of twisted steel and drop your bony butt to the curb appeal. I will body slam you so hard that you will poop your bald pants. You hear me? Don't you ever, ever point another finger at my kids again, because if you do, I will break it off and shove it right up your sphincter. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Classic episode, by the way.
خسرو وزیری و ویکتور وینتر و همه دنیا الدروشا من شما را میشناسم بله بیا آیت الله جین اوکلند و همه دنیا جانکیار داگ و مردم ایران همه شما را میشناسه مخصوصا مک شارپ ان اشمیارج مک شارپ و همه دنیا بله بیا آیت الله والی کاربو ورنگانیا من شما را میشناسم مولا بله بیا آیت الله خمینی و مردم ایران کمالا روشن علا بیا آیت الله من
Potluck favorite Kyoko Inoue.
あらほら、5分と世界の女帝220パウンドブルナカ
Bull Nakano, beautiful robe with the nunchucks.
さあ武道館女王列伝ディスティニーも残り2試合ということになりました。セミファイナルザ・ディスティニーメガパワー60分一本勝負ブル中野対井上京子獄門島対決であります。ブル様はまたニューコスチュームでですね、これはその心中察するやいかにという感じがいたしますけれども、先日の大阪大会では京子のパワーを
And to
改
be
めてです
honest,
ね、
sometimes I look through the ball like, oh, what shall we watch this week? And other times, I have a match picked out, and then I look to see if it's in the ball. Because that's happened a lot as well.
京子との大コール、あーすごい。
今コンタクトがすごかったですね。バッコンっていうかね。
これも超ヘビー級対決になりますね、これね。うわすごい。
Big clothesline from Bull Nakano.
京子のラリアット
Drops
返してあり
down
ます。
Kyoko.
カウント2。さあ事実上ですね、獄門島という形でのですね、マットでの活動というのはほとんどこれまでなかったわけですけれども、しかし心はねつながっていたわけで、今日はその最終章獄門島、
今これね、この試合卒業式って言われてますよね。だから帰って握手の手を出したのがブルさんの方で、それをって考えてからやっぱりやめたっていうのは京子でしたよね。だから京子は去年戦った時よりは
トペレベル、これをなんとスリーパーで掴んでしまった。いよいよ京子のレベル差こんな形でね繰り返してますからね。新しいですね。
Above board.
そうですよね、同時のスリーパーですよね。
スポッと入っちゃった感じですね。
これは新しかったです。
しかもリング中央、さあ京子大丈夫か。ちょっと苦しい表情、井上京子。同時目スリーパーがっちりと決まっています。あとちょっと根負けしたか。腕も取って、これは変形のドラゴンスリーパーのような形になってますね。
グラウンドのままですね。
はい。
It won't be seen on this channel. But I can't
面白いです
stop
ね、移
it.
行ですね。
しかし最近のブル様のですね表情を見ていると、何かこの悟りの境地と言いましょうかね、何か全てを何かもう切り尽くしてしまったようなですね、そんななんていうんだ、落ち着いた表情が見受けられますよね。さすがに世界の女帝であります。ああ素晴らしい。これはまた
これは京子の初期の技ですよね。
はい。
体重が重くなってきてからあまり使わなくなってきたんですけどね。
本当にこの大きな体からは相当できないような動きしますからね。なんとブル様を利点上で持ち上げてしまおうという井上京子。さあお客様もよく分かっております。ここで必ず手拍子が巻き起こる。15000人の大観衆の手拍子に乗って高々と天高くブル中の世界の女帝を 武道館の天井へと吸っていったわけであります。
Surfboard。
いやいやいや、
どよめき起こりますもんね、やっぱりブルさん持ち上げたらね。
京子のパワーってのはこれ恐ろしいですね。
大変力持ちですよね。
はい。まあ本当にですね、ブル様自身もこの京子のパワーには脱帽しているということなんですけれども、軽々と持ち上げてしまうんですよね。
Kyoko still in control of the legs of Bull Nakano, tying him up now.
腰振り腰振り腰振りポーズ出るんでしょうか。ブル様が相手でもやはり京子ワールドは変わらず武道館にたとえ世界の女帝を相手にしてでも京子ワールドは貫いていきます。井上京子、さあここからくるっと反転してまた足の力だけで持ち上げちゃうんですよね、これね。外れてしまいましたね。ちょっと足のキックが弱かったか。おっと、すかさず今度はキャメルクラッチか。山田選手はこの京子のパワーっていうのはですね、もう何度も肌で感じてるとは思うんですけれども、
すごいですね。
すごいですね。
なんかすくすく育っていってますよね。なんか体どんどん大きくなってます。
大きくなってます。
体本当に大きいって感じです。そばで見るとひときわでかいっていうか。
それでいてなんていうんですよ、ロープワークとかですね、全く衰え見せないですよね。maybe
not straight up bull face paint, but like
天性のですね、センスの持ち主ということなんでしょうけれども、
Kyoko's paint, something like that.
まあパワー合戦になっても全くこのブル様と引けを取らない井上京子。むしろここまではパワーで圧倒していると言っても過言ではありません。
この駆け足がいいんですよ。力が有り余ってるっていう感じしますよね。
ブレンバスターか。さすがにこれブル様ブレンバスターで持ち上げた、これすごいですよ。ブレンバスターのか、力が入ります。逆にさすがにブル様か。ここは力比べはやはり女帝が勝ったか。
スープレックスの腰なんでしょうね。
Scorpion Deathlock。
サソリ固めか。
Coming up. No.
ブルズアンヘリーと。ブルズアンヘリーと。
Now grabbing the arms. Jeez, look at this.
久しぶりに見せます。メキシカンサッポ。でもこれ京子重いんですね。これね、ブル様をしてもいやなかなか持ち上げることできませんよ。ここで完成ですけれどもね、いつものように高々と持ち上げることができませんでした。いやいやいや、これ山田さん、京子実際どのぐらいあるんですかね。
85ぐらいあるらしいですよ。
85ですか今。京子選手の場合はベスト体重っていうのは特にないんですかね。これ増えれば増えるだけどんどん順応していくというか、
なんか動かないで太ってるわけじゃないじゃないですか。
パンパンなんですよ。背中なんかすごいですもん、肉がね。だから太ってるって言っても脂肪じゃなくて肉厚になってきてるっていう感じじゃないですか。今のなんていうんですか、ワンシークエンス前っていうんですか、インディアンデスロックから尻振りダンスありましたよね。あれなんかもお客さんのリクエストに応えちゃったからしょうがなくて踊ったんですけど、今日の京子はシリアスバージョンっていうかね。
まあがっちりとなんていうんでしょう、獄門との歴史をかみしめながらというかね、ブル様ひょっとしたらこれシングルマッチね、最後になるかもしれないという、そういう気持ちも当然ありますからね。
これありがとう。
戻った。もう一回いった。またこれはブルーらしいというかね、往年の極悪、極門との悪徳殺法といったなんですけれどもね、そういった技の一つが今垣間見られたわけであります。
Kyoko Inoue giving her the clap.
ラリアットカウンター。待ち構えていたブル様。まあ一応京子とかですねいますけれども、獄門といえば悪の巣窟ですからね。まあきっとブル様ひょっとしたらまたラフファイトでですね、これは京子を応戦していくということも。
巣窟って言ってもみんなが修行をした場所って感じしますよ。
ラリアット。まあ要するにだんだんこうね、本当にヒールがテクニックありパワーありの強い時代になりましたから、その獄門との形態もですね設立 当時とはだいぶこう徐々に変化していったそんな感じであります。そしてこの井上京子のような選手も出てきてしまうというね、これも本当に歴史を感じさせるような気がしますが、さあコーナーに口差しにしといてぴょーんと飛びの DDT、 もうこの辺りも京子独壇場であります。さあここまでは大切に慎重にやっている。ああ、これはしかし互角であります。さすがにね、ポイソレとですね、ブル様も相手の必殺技を何発も何発も受け流すわけにはいきません。お、ブル様も登りますか。正面を向いているということは、いやーすごい京子、びっくりした。あれでフロントスープレックス投げるかと思っちゃいましたけどね。危ない危ない危ない危ない。
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather feature chat because I like choosing which chat things the YouTube viewer sees, but it couldn't be done, and I'd rather some chat than no chat, I think, is where I landed.
のアリーナ席のお客さんの前で、今鉄柵を利用しての先ほどの DDT をやろうとしたんですよね。これはいったか。ちょっと2回ほどトライしましたが、ちょっと不完全の形になってしまいました。井上京子、飛びつきの DDT。I will fix this feature chat, or I will get some other thing that works better. 反対側の鉄柵はうまくスイングした振り子のエンリー。力倍増、そしてラリアット。The great DJ Antsy, who we all know, and we're all sitting under the learning tree with DJ Antsy. He's got the chat running on the top of the screen in one single file. I don't like that. すっぽりと開いているぞ。
I want the chat to be highlighted when people are funny. I want the world to see it.
ムンズムンズと、なんとなんとスピードの上で前のお客さんによく見えるようにヌンチャクを抜いていったブル中野。嘘、机の上でブレインバスターは怖い。今のなんですか DDT。
いや、ブレインバスターみたいな。
高速のブレインバスターを床めがけてやっていった井上京子、命知らず。
掛け合っちゃいましたね。
強力ですよ今のは。命知らずの井上京子。今度はこちらの放送席になんと向かってきたと思ったら、これはすごい助走の距離であります。私たちのいる放送席よりもさらに離れた後ろ、おそらく 50m はあるでしょう。ラリアット
takes down Bull Nakano.
クローズラインを打っていきました。ひとしきり腰をつけてしまったブル中野。ちょっとここでブルの動きが止まったのか。京子は足も速いですね。しかしね、
陸上選手ですかね。
でも砲丸ですよ。
砲丸ですか。
砲丸か。陸上部か。
おっと、ブル様しかし1回か。なだれ式ブレンバスターか。なだれ式ブレンバスターか。うわー、すごいトップロープ。危ないぞこれ、危ないぞ。京子よくやるんですよねこれね。なんとデンジャラスなこと。まさかこれで持ち帰る。
Body slam from this. Yep. Ooh, not a happy landing.
今なんでしょう。
あれもよく持ち替えますよね。
場内がどよめいたのはなんかこう安堵の声と言いましょうかね。あの程度で良かったみたいなね。こんな感じのなんかどよめきでしたけれども。京子のパワーは無尽蔵だ。一体どこまで行ってしまうのか。底なしのパワーの持ち主であります。
ありますね。
今度は何ですか。パイルドライバーですか。
うわ、すごい。
リバースの DDT。
Inverted DDT。
様も必殺技を打っていきます。ブレンバスターか。これはブル様が得意の
ズドンですよ。
うわー、ロープを利しての変形の DDT。 カウント2。まだまだ京子はね体力ありますよね。スライディングキック。
Kick to the
おお、ブル
outside.
様が飛びますか。
There comes
ブル
Bull
様が卒業式のお土産に飛んだ。
through the ropes.
獄門島のね、もうすべてをこの京子にぶつけていく、そんな気持ちなんでしょう、ブル中野。
This is a hard hit
ブル中野の持
match.
っている獄門島
Once
のス
again,
ピリ
this
ットを
show
すべ
is
てこの京子に
bookended
今日は伝授しようということなんでしょうか。あるいは京子はそれをどういった形で受け止めるのか。
かなり遠いとこからコーナーに乗って待ってますもんね。
ギロチンの体勢ですよ、これは。これはですね、6メーター四方のリング丸々一辺分ぐらいありますよ。
Kyoko Inoue jumping up there, overhead, belly to belly,
登るのに
superplex.
何秒かかったのでしょうか。あっという間の出来事でした。そして横たわっているのはブル中野。ブンズと起き上がってナイアガラドライバーを
Oh my God! Drops Inoue on her head with that a beach break. That's what the beach break is supposed to look like. That's what the beach break is pretending to be. That thing that we just saw. Oh God!
ブル中野の
Ooh, misses with the leg
これは
drop.
失敗ですね。
よく見ていたか。
Kyoko Inoue sees her chance.
上がらないか。
Going
さす
for
がに持ち上がらないか。
sits out. Nice.
危ない。いやー、京子持ち上げましたね。
一回持ち上げなくてもう一回戻してって、要するに力持ちなんですよね。体勢さえ整えれば相当の体重の人持ち上げちゃうんじゃないですか。
京子はしかしもう一度ナイアガラを狙おうというところですけれども、ここはうまくブル様がディフェンス。ぴょーんと飛び乗ったんですが、おお、あたりはさすがにね、まあお互いの手の内というのはよく分かっているんでしょう。あっという間に15分、場外で DDT。
Drops her with the DDT.
ブル様のピーンと拝んでますよ。場外になんとギロチンドロップ。ご愁傷様という意味なんでしょうか。両手を合わせて、まだやりますよ、まだ行きますよ。もう一発。ブル様も痛いんじゃないですか、これでも。場外硬いですからね。
This is awesome. This is the main event.
ギロチンドロップ2連発で井上京子場外で大の字であります。考察大の字。そして自然発生的に湧き上がってきた京子チャチャチャ。セコンドには 3WA タッグの同士井上貴子が今京子を励ましていますけれども、貴子の声はこの京子の耳に届いているんでしょうか。ブル様が試合途中にもかかわらずマイクを取った。
Whatever she said is fired up Kyoko Inoue. She is making her way to the ring, crawling in.
ちょっとグロッキーは井上京子。試合は一転、やはりブル中のペースになっていくのか。
Scoop slam. Kyoko Inoue is
ブル
down.
様、今しっかりと距離を測りました。じっくりと距離を測りました。完全に京子はグロッキーだ。なんでしょう、ローリングギロチンかな。ノーマルギロチンです。今どうしました。ワンで返した井上京子。場内大ストンピングの雨あられでした。今
やっぱりメッセージをキャッチボールしてますよね。上がってこい、ギロチン受けろっつって受けたら今度ワンで跳ねのけるとかね。目に見えない会話ありますよね。
ギロチン受けた。
That's it.
京子どうする。ワンで返す。井上京子が吠えるぞ。
This is dope.
吠えている井上京子。ラリアットからエルボーだ。ラリアット。ブル様も黙ってはいません。ローリングギロチンですよね、これね。 ムーンサローリングギロチンのポーズかな。まさかこれも京子に惜しげもなく、
Wow, the tumbleweed.
完璧にヒットした。おっ、長い。いや、今私村山大地、右手キャンバスについたかと思いましたけどね。かろうじて 2.9。井上京子返していった。ブル様ローリングギロチン返されるなんてのはね、これはちょっと精神的にもね、生優しいことでは済まないんじゃないでしょう、これは。もう一度ボディプレスから、ムーンサルトですよ。ムーンサルトは、ムーンサルトは受けない。これはさすがに受けたら返せませんもんね。カンパーナか、カンパーナか。スパイダーネストかな。
This is Kyoko Inoue's chance. Bull Nakano knows it, but she can't get to the ropes.
いや、ギブアップのやつですよ。ギブアップのやつですよ。
何でしたっけ。スパイダーネスト。スパイダーネストですかね。
まだ決まってない手が。
まだちょっと首に手が回っていない。まあこの辺りはやはり体格の大きい。しかしこれどうですか。ブル様も京子もナイアガラドライバー出しまして、ブル様もローリングギロチンまで出して、
ギロチン使っちゃって、ローリングエルボー、ローリングね、ギロチンあそこまで出しましたよね。
ブル様もこれはちょっとですね、長いレスラー人生においてもですね、ここまで手の内を出して、なおかつ返されてまだ試合が続いているこの
Wow, Bull is down.
京子ってのはなんでこういうことができるんでしょうか。
The fire of Kyoko
そしてこの人はまだなんかスタミナ残ってるんですよね、これがね。
Got her up.
高々と持ち上げた。
Splash map. Oh no 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 no.
完璧に持ち上げた。ナイアガラドライバー。完璧に持ち上げた。いやー、ブル様も返す。カウント2ですよ。20分。山田さん、これは勝負決まるんですかね。
いや、どうなんですかね。お互
いもう必殺技も尽きてきましたよ。
Kyoko's got up again, another power bomb.
また上がった。
Spinning her.
うわ、すごい。
Walking her.
2発目ナイアガラドライバー。これはもうダメか。
What is it gonna take? 世界の女帝。Everything.
京子の必殺技を真っ向から受けて、そして真っ向から返している。逃げも隠れもしません。お互いがお互いの必殺技を真っ向勝負。これはもうね、大リーグ級ですよ。完全に決まったか。京子ついに世界の女帝を超えたのか。カウント3。
Wow, wait.
ナイアガラドライバー3連発。いやー、聖母コンボ突き果てたというこの両。
That's it. That's our show this week. Thank you for watching. And thanks for your patience with the technical problems. We always have it. The curse of Bentley is what we coined it last week. And it's running rampant, the curse of Bentley. Thanks to my guest, Fred Fletcher-Jackson, who killed it. He brought that Wheel of Fortune fight to Wrestler or Weed Strain. So thank you for watching, everybody. If you're not following me, please follow me. I do this every Thursday night. Goes on YouTube later. The YouTube version of this show is going to be great because it's going to have all the nonsense cut out. And I'm going to add little things to the game show. Like I did last time, I'll put a picture of the wrestler, the weed strain up after they're revealed. So look out for that. I think that was it. So thanks, guys. Thanks for the support. Thanks for sending stuff in and people that retweeted the show and everything. I appreciate it because when I get new people into the show, I get them one by one. There's no big wave of people finding this show. I find people one by one, and I appreciate everyone that watches this show. Sorry, the cat was eating plastic, and I had to stop that. So that's it. That's it. Once the cat starts eating plastic, that's when it's time to go. So I've been Scotland Green. See you next week, everybody. And as always, thank you for being so beautiful.
Take me where my feet feel happy in the wrong time. Look at the picture of reason, let the bells chime, and the lightning is fine. I'm old enough to know that people waiting on some big sign. She quit there waiting on the divine. Divine is what's in your mind. I've seen the cruel and hard, and I've seen them hard on you. I'll buy you brand new shoes if you cross to my side. There's a whole